We're back one more time to help kick off the 42nd annual Oktoberfest race weekend. I'm Dan Dyker along with Dale Danielski from Starmaker and Multimedia. Al's kind of upset because during the break there he didn't get a chance to put lipstick on. He was asking for more makeup, and
actually, it was Dan.
We'll have to maybe make some adjustments after the program and give him the right shape, maybe even do his nails as we're going through the program. Fantastic show so far. I love watching the history, and I love watching how tracks started out going from dirt to looking at what we have at the Crosse Speedway today. And I think we're going to start things off again, Dale, with a little bit of a flashback back to dirt, and then we're going to show some really, really neat pictures, which I think are really kind of cool, of if you look at some of the stock cars, how they've evolved. I mean, we've talked about who had the popular ones and who wanted to drive what, and we've got some shots of that we're going to show here in the program as well.
Yeah, it's, again, I can't emphasize enough that it had to start somewhere. In 1957 on the dirt is where that occurred. So we do have the footage right here, and I have to thank Jim Carlson for this. He shot it. This is of the first 2 years, we believe, that this track existed. 1957, the first events they ever had. And yeah, talk about evolution. Look at these cars.
Wow.
I mean, and look at, that is West Salem. That is the fairgrounds. I mean, it's hard to even recognize that. Look at
and that's why I love the history part of this thing, because I've been out there for, I think, 7 years now, and I can't envision any of this being at West Salem right now.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And it looks like the same track layout. Maybe the banking is a little different, but it looks like the corners and everything are still located in the same spot.
You know, it was considered a half mile then with, who knows, with the way things are measured, you never know.
Right.
But I think it is. I think that original layout, it's all still very close. So that's the footage from those first days, and IMCA sanctioned it back then. So I guess already, you know, again, the special event, they were considered the premier sanctioning body, and that's who sanctioned the event, and big name drivers came to it.
I've watched a lot of this footage, though. I have frozen the past couple of years at Oktoberfest. Was this originally held in the beginning of October? Because I don't see a lot of folks out there that are dressed for what we've had to go through the past couple of years.
No, actually, the only events held were during the fair. And of course, the fair today is still held in July.
Right.
And that's when these events were held. They've kind of maintained that same fair program and included racing.
One of the things that just jumped out at me on this video about 10 or 15 seconds ago was when they dropped the green flag, the flag man was on the track. Remember how that used to be? They used to do that.
And they also stopped in the front straightaway and had a rolling start.
And that's actually how it was. I mean, they'd risk life and limb. They put it all on the line. There was no flag stand.
No.
Greg Oliver, I'm sure, is very thankful of the way things are today. But in those days, that was as big a part of the show as the racing. You know, that flagman was putting on his own show.
Oh, he was close to those cars, too. I just noticed he was backing away.
Yeah. See, if you look at this shot right here, if you watch the grandstands, they all of a sudden come to a stop right there. Of course, Lacrosse has extended those grandstands, which that would be probably today by the restrooms, how it now extends from there all the way down into turn one.
Yeah, I'm sure they've changed some things in that grandstand area, and actually we kind of backtracked on that last video a little bit. That was a track in Black River Falls that was holding a number of events back in the 60s, and then of course, like we talked earlier, the Rockford National Short Track Championship was the biggest event, the first truly special event, and that's some of the footage you can see here of this would have been the I believe the second one ever run there back in '67.
And they've ran now for 46 years as they just completed their 46th annual short track national championships. Greg McCarm's at the helms down there, and of course we'll be seeing Greg periodically pretty much throughout the entire next 4 days here in Lacrosse. Now, you've got some shots we're going to show as well of really, really neat pictures that were taken. And number one, whoever captured this video and the pictures we're about to see, kudos. I think it was just outstanding. If you look at how technology has come with filming nowadays, some of the best racing film footage I've seen in quite a while.
And I have to thank the Oliver family, of course, that we alluded to here, that's still involved at the Speedway today. They provided a fair share of that footage. Also, like I mentioned, Jim Carlson helped me with that, and John Deal. This was actually from the last show we did, but I have to thank those people for providing that, because it's unbelievable. You know, somebody thought to do that, and it really gives everybody an idea of how this all did evolve and become the big event it is today.
Well, we've got some pictures we're going to show here now as well. The very first one I saw, very interesting. Who is that?
That's not Brent Kirchner. Actually, that was Matt Kenseth. He is a former Oktoberfest winner. That was the car he drove. Dick Trickle, of course, is a winner at the fest. Joe Shear, the 36th, the only 5-time winner. And Mark Martin. As you can see, you were in select company when you raced at the fest and won. A lot of these guys have obviously gone on to bigger and better things.
Right. Tom
Reffner, multi-winner of the event. As a matter of fact, he's won it 3 times. His son, Brian, won the Oktoberfest. So that was a father-son combination that each ended up winning. Tom Carlson, a winner of Oktoberfest. Of course, we all know the Carlson family and their involvement in racing. Eddie Hoffman has won this race numerous times. Steve Carlson.
Steve.
Yeah, hard to believe.
Holy, he had long brown hair back then.
That's Steve.
That was a few championships ago.
I love this one here.
And this is going to be the 2011 winner of the fest. No, not really. Actually, that car is going to be at the Champions Reunion. It does have local history. It did race at North Crosse Speedway. Ernie Tuff owned it. A fellow by the name of Jerry Scratch Daniels last raced it, and he's in the Knoxville Hall of Fame as a sprint car driver. Yep. He will also be at the show. Both those fellows will be at the show along with that car, so it's a little perk there, a little incentive for people to come out, because they'll get both some history and, of course, the current events going on.
Well, we hope to have a lot more of these shows for you. Dale has done a fantastic job as one of our local historians of racing history here in western Wisconsin. Again, real quickly, Oktoberfest starts tonight, runs till Sunday, and Dale is in charge of one of the big events that I'm finally going to find some time to get to this year, the Champion Reunion coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, we're going to run that from 11 until 2 o'clock or so. I mean, it just kind of runs on that Sunday until everybody finally goes home. Not really restricted, but we'll have a lot of different drivers from all the eras of racing, anywhere from the 50s up to, reasonably current.
Right.
And again, the fans will be able to visit with them. If they've got a ticket to get into the show that day for the grandstands, they'll be able to go over to the hospital, hopefully not the hospital, the hospitality chalet where the event is held.
Could be both.
Yeah, it's possible. And be able to visit with the drivers, take a photo, get an autograph, that sort of thing, and just make a day of it and be able to relive some of the past and see how it's evolved to the present.
Very busy weekend.
Dale, real quickly, how can folks get a hold of you if they want more information on Starmaker Multimedia?
StarmakerMultimedia.com. Of course, we've got a website. We've got a Facebook presence. And we have a phone number, 608-783-5827. So if you're in need of some marketing, specifically motorsports, we do a lot with that. Talk to us. We can help.
Alrighty, I'm about ready to go from this studio to the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Lost my voice last year on this Sunday. That's not going to happen again this year. I was also coming off a bad sickness that entire week. We encourage you to come on out for the 42nd annual La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway Oktoberfest races. Starts tonight, goes all the way through Sunday, OktoberfestRaceWeekend.com. And you can find the entire schedule, and you're going to see the 3 of us rumbling through Oktoberfest for the next 4 days. I can't wait. Dale, thanks for coming on the program. You've been a fantastic piece to racing history in western Wisconsin. You also helped us kick off this show this season, and we're going to probably round things out. Maybe get you in one more time before the show comes to a very end, from beginning to end. For Dale and Al Losi and myself, Dan Dyker, we appreciate you joining us on the program. Champions coming up over the next couple of weeks on this same show. We will see you at the 42nd Annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend. Thanks for watching Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG TV.